All right, so as with all ellipticals, they make it cumbersome to get inside. It doesn't really matter. There's only a couple of them where you can actually remove this disc right here because it's a separate piece and it's not mounted to anything, where you can get inside and actually work on them. One or two Nordictracks and a commercial company called Matrix. But we're going to have to take this thing apart. So it has an Allen wrench on this side, Allen head on this side, and this side's a carriage type bolt. So that would just assemble like so, and that's a number 6. I'll put it back with my impact so it's a little faster. Alright, put that right there. I'll lose it anyway, but just in case I don't. Push this through. It's a carriage head, but it's just a round bolt. It's not squared. Nope, it's not squared at the end. Alright, so it's just a hex head receiving. Not really. Plastic bushings, but again, this thing is 15, 18 years old, so it's in pretty good shape, except for whatever this is doing. It has this plastic cap on it. Can't believe it survived all these years. Pop that off. All right, so 1/2 inch, that's what I guessed at. No, darn it. Always takes up more time when I fumble around like this. I do need 13 millimeter. I do need to learn to do that stuff ahead of time. But I work all the time when I do these videos. It's kind of impromptu, really. I'm actually the well, one of the service technicians in the company. Alright. So nothing to learn there. Just like I thought. This will have to come off. Alright, so that, put that right there. It's an unusual looking bushing. I guess that had to come off from one side or the other. Oh, look at that. It's a bushing. It's a bushing inside of a bushing. No bearing at all. And it's kind of a rubber type material. So I guess that's good, but if that wears out, I bet you have to replace both those bushings, and that's really odd how it kind of splines itself into the other side. Alright. Learn something there. Alright, so now what do we got to do? I guess like all ellipticals, there's something. So I got that pretty hidden. I don't know. We'll try my 13 again. Oh, of course not. And the wall on it might be too big. But it does look like that's got to come out. All right, I'm back. Well, that's a little embarrassing. So I could say anything and you wouldn't know. But the honest truth is, it was a 9/16. It was the next socket I was going to grab. So it's not loose enough to turn by hand. So I wonder if the actual hole, well, that's pretty loose there. That looks loose enough to turn by hand. So now the question is, does it come out by itself, or do you need a little press tool? Well, no press tool needed there, which that could be an issue. And that's a completely different resistance system from Nordictrack, Soul, different type resistance motor. I know they don't use that servo resistance motor anymore. All right, so that's how you remove the cover. That looks like that might just need to be, you're not going to be able to see it, so it's a little out of round, but not really too bad. We'll see when I go back to reassemble it, what we do from there. All right, so I'm going to zoom you in a little closer. We're going to remove these covers. I guess actually we could do that now. That won't take up too much time. All right, so I got to root through my bag again real quick. You can fast forward through that. So I'm going to loosen. I think this is really just a matter of loosening up all these screws, just like every other elliptical. So let's have at it. This is nice plastic. I will say this much. This plastic on this older machine, way better. Absolutely way better. There is a lot of rust on this though. You probably can't see that. B inside there, well, that's kind of nice. No bee, but some kind of mud bee creature. So I'm going to have to play with that one last. Kind of how I do problems. I'm going to do the other things first. This looks like it's got to pop up though. It looks like there's a little lip right there. Yes, sir, it does. It's got our cute little SCHWINN emblem right there. Well, right off the bat, it's not too bad for an older machine. Everything's lining up. Besides that axle looking a little rusty, but I guess that's where the sweat comes down. It's in pretty good shape, really. Oh, come on, don't make me look. I hate it, don't make me bend. Let's go. Thank you. Still got every screw. So you can speed up through this. I don't blame you, because I think it's going to be repeat motion. I just can't believe how clean it is, really. So I still got my bead bay to deal with. When I can't get it by braille. Power tools always make up for it. Even if you got to struggle a little bit like that, it's still worth it in the long run. Alright, so now we're just down to Be Alicious. Do we see anything on the inside? No. It's a plastic to plastic type screw, so it doesn't go into metal. I don't know if the head is roached out. Alright, I'm going to have to do this one by hand. Wow, that feels really gritty. Amazing what a little wasp can do, a little critter. Feels like the head is gone on the Phillips. Alright, okay. Clearly sounds like metal. Don't feel any. Ooh. Still don't feel right, but I did hear a little pop. No, that's not right. Too much mud in the tip of my screwdriver. End up breaking it. Come on. Well, I don't feel confident that wow, I feel completely confident that I can remove that. All right, so this is the side. It's got the power cord to it. So I'm going to unhook that. And then I'll re-zoom in and we'll kind of go over the insides of this bad boy. All right, thanks a lot, but I got the cover off. I just got to disconnect this power cord. It may even have a separate run. Yeah, maybe. All right, so that's going to be my next step, and then I will zoom in and we'll take a look at the inside.